you felt frustrated or alone seeing so much information out there about the Morrigan, and yet it all feels confusing, shallow, or somehow not quite right? Hello, Akarja. Welcome to this podcast if you're new, and if not, you know me. I'm Lora O'Brien. I'm here sharing as much wisdom as possible drawn straight from The Morrigan, Ireland's Goddess, my 2025 book, which is launching now. So today I want to talk honestly, and I want to talk to you, someone searching for more than just stories or social media noise. Maybe you want to build a genuine connection with the Morrigan, but every time you search you find arguments, aesthetic Pinterest boards, or people confidently contradicting each other. You want to do this with respect, and you're tired of feeling like a tourist in your own spirituality. Look, I see you, I hear you, and you are absolutely not alone. This pain, let's call it what it is, this pain of wanting real, reliable knowledge and a true spiritual relationship with one of Ireland's most powerful deities sits at the heart of why I wrote this book. And it's why I'm here right now, why I'm spending my time doing this free podcast for you. So let's cut straight through the fog. When we anchor ourselves in the Irish sources, in the actual medieval manuscripts like Lora O'Brien, like the Book of Leinster, like the Yellow Book of Lecan, we discover that the Morrigan is so much richer, more important and more complex than what you'll ever see trending online. So let's get micro-focused for a minute. One of the most common bits of misinformation, the translation of her name. People repeat Phantom Queen everywhere, and you'll see Nightmare Queen, and I get it, it sounds mysterious, and there is absolutely precedent in the academic texts. But when you look at the old manuscripts and you know the Irish language, it could be argued, now here's more arguments for you, I know, but it could be argued that the more accurate translation would be Great Queen. With the father, Mor means great, Rian means queen, Morrigan. To me, and honestly, take this as you find it, right? But to me, she's the Great Queen. And that kind of changes things for me, and it always has. She's not just a shadow or a spectre, as maybe she started out. Do you know, maybe when the manuscripts were being written, she had become a shadow or a spectre, or that was all she was. But right now, as the Great Queen, she stands in her own right as a queen among queens. So for anyone who feels overwhelmed by these endless arguments, you can take it or leave it. A lot of it is unprovable. So what we have to do is we have to see what's actually available. We have to look at the real information that we have. And then honestly, at a certain point, you have to make your own choices. So maybe the Phantom Queen sits better with you. Maybe the Great Queen sits better with you, like it does for me. Those kind of things are up to you. But again, what is a mistake, or what would be a mistake really, is to just pick one without having got that grounding in the manuscript tradition, in the mythology. And look, I go into this in great detail in the book because the manuscripts don't always agree. For example, there are also arguments about whether she is the Morrigan or Bive or Macha, or even how many Morrigans there are. If you're confused by that, believe me, you are not failing. The confusion is literally baked into Irish lore because the manuscripts, again, themselves don't always agree. Sometimes in the lore she's singular, sometimes triple, sometimes more, and the really complex reality is part of what makes her so interesting. So what I would encourage you to do is give up the notion that there is one true way, you know, and that includes my way, right? That includes my podcast, my book, the Morrigan Academy, anything that I've ever experienced. I really want you to kind of leave that at the door And again, looking at the available information that you have, looking at your own experiences, and yes, taking other people's experiences and guidance on board if that feels right for you. Again, including my own, only if it feels right for you. Please look at what is available, and then you got to make your own choices. The really interesting thing, the really powerful thing about the Morrigan is that we can sit with ambiguity. She is a goddess of transformation. She's a goddess of change. She's a shapeshifter. So why are we so focused about some correct interpretation of her? The much better way to go about things is to build relationship, honestly. So I want you to know that you can build relationship with the Morrigan, and you can build it without flights of fancy, without projection, without wondering all the time if you're getting it wrong, okay? You can build it rooted in authentic Irish tradition that respects her origins and honours your own journey and where you are, both in the world and in your life. This is all very important, and that's the point for so many that I speak with. So many of my students are looking for confidence, clarity, and deep connection. And they also, the more they get into the relationship, they also understand that clarity can be ambiguous. Confidence comes with practice, it doesn't come initially. And the deep connection builds over time. So they know, and you can know, that you're not just following a trend or copying others, but that you're genuinely understanding and relating to the Morrigan as Ireland's goddess. And that's exactly why my book exists. I spent years, decades at this point, poring over hard to access original Irish sources, looking at different translations, looking at different interpretations, doing my own interpretations that aligned with my own experiences, collecting anecdotal evidence from a decade of guiding people at her most sacred site when they came on pilgrimage there, and sitting back and facilitating, but not creating people's experiences there at the site. But I was witness to much of it, so I was able to gather that data as well. And all of that so that you don't have to, basically, wherever you are in the world, so that you can feel grounded in what's real. So if feeling authentically connected to this lineage, whether that's bloodlines or spiritual lineage or social lineage through our tua, if feeling like that really matters to you, then hopefully this will provide you with a foundation. This book, this podcast, the Morrigan Academy, however you came across me and my work today. So in a moment, I'm going to share a simple solo practice that you can do today, wherever you are, to begin grounding your relationship with the Morrigan in a way that is both authentic and deeply personal. But first, just one last word. I completely believe in what I'm doing here, and I need your help. So if you value clarity and you value truth in your spiritual journey, please consider buying the book. And if you've bought it, please leave me a review if it brings you value. Every single purchase, every single review, every single recommendation on social media, it makes a huge difference as we aim for my big audacious goal here is a 10,000 sales bestseller milestone. I would love to put the Morrigan front and centre with the Llewellyn bestseller list. So hopefully we could get to 10,000 sales. It's a big dream. It's a big goal. In one sense, it seems like a huge amount. You know, in other genres, it might not be a lot, but 10,000 is what it takes to make a bestseller in neo-pagan genres. So If we did this, we could help more spiritual seekers to find the real Morrigan, to strengthen their authentic practice, to help them decolonize, to understand what it's like to have a healthy, right relationship with this super powerful goddess through these incredibly difficult times, both personally and communally. So please buy the book. Please leave a review. Please post on social media if you're reading the book, if your book has arrived. I would love to see. You can tag hashtag Morrigan Irish and all the usual, the Morrigan Goddess and the Morrigan books and all that. But it would just mean a lot to me personally if you've ever gotten value from my work, but also it will help other people to find it if you think that that's worth finding for them. So our simple solo practice is just name and source grounding. So I want you to sit or stand somewhere that you feel comfortable and take 3 slow breaths. Make sure you're exhaling fully on all of these breaths. And then say her name out loud. Morrigan. Morrigan. Feel how it sounds, how it resonates. And notice any feelings, physical or emotional, as you do so. And speak the meaning that resonates with you. So in my case, say it out loud, or in your mind, say Great Queen. Imagine what that would mean for someone in ancient Ireland. Not a shadowy figure, not a phantom, not a spectre, but a sovereign, powerful goddess. And visualize that for a moment. Picture the Irish landscape. Rivers, green fields, mist, ancient hills, burial mounds, stone circles, and a cave underground. See yourself standing there, calling her by her true name. And then take another few deep breaths, again exhaling fully. And when you're done, record a thought. Just jot down one insight or feeling that came up, whether it's in a journal, in your phone, or just say it out loud. When I call the Morrigan by her name, I feel blank, whatever it is. Only takes a few minutes. Do this daily for a week and see what changes for you. Compare from the start of the week and the end of the week. So, thank you, Mukarja, my friends, for your time and your open heart, your open mind. Gurv Magat. And remember, the path to authenticity, to truth, is a journey that we walk together. Every step, every story, every honest attempt to connect, to form and build relationship, it brings us and our authentic tradition back to what matters the most. So, slán go fóill, and I will see you next time.